Hi, this is Alice Cooper. I just want you to know that KMET rocks Southern California.
can see you in the morning when you go to school. Don't forget your books, you know you've got to learn the golden rule. The teacher tells you stop your playing, get on with your work. And be like Johnny Too Good, don't you know he never shirks. He's coming along. you're coming along.
And the inventors with their high IQs, and the professors in their colleges trying to feed me knowledge that I know I never use. Thank you, sir, for the millions of words that you handed me down and you told me to learn. But I got words in my ears and my eyes, I got so many facts that I must memorize, because education blew with me. I wanna stop, but my head's in the swim. Education drives me insane. I can't recall all the facts in my brain. Education came that day. The day it came was a sacred day. Education saved the day. We thank God for the friends he made.
Teacher, teach me how to read and write. You can teach me about biology, but you can't tell me what I'm living for, 'cause that's still a mystery. Teacher, teach me about nuclear physics. me about the structure of a man, with all your endless calculations. Can't tell me why I am.
Oh, you can't tell me why I am. No, you can't tell me why I am.
Everybody needs
Education,
open university.
education,
Every race, every creed,
education.
and every little half-breed. Every nationality, all the little people mean. Eskimos and pygmies mean, and even Aborigines.
All right, the Kinks with Education, and Supertramp before that was School, and we began with Alice Cooper and School's Out. Now, I'd like to give you the telephone number of some good people who are doing a positive thing, and that is the 24-hour Drug Information Center in Los Angeles. Should you have a question about something perhaps that you've ingested or a friend has ingested that came from the street, call them. And it's best to call them before you take it, but should it be after the fact, definitely call them. It's 24-hour Drug Information Line Los Angeles, 681-2575. Talked about before in many ways, and that is the encroachment of the computer and the robot mentality of a lot of bureaucrats nowadays into the private lives of the human beings that are still walking around the planet. And it can be a very depressing thing because you can get lost in this maze of cards you're not to bend, fold, spindle, or mutilate, and the reams and reams of columns of numbers from computers that designate not your name or your personality or what kind of food you like or if you're a nice person or you're weird, but you're just a number. That's it. It's a number, just a digit on some tape somewhere. So it bothers me a lot, and bothered Bob Seger enough to write this song called Feels Like a Number. Now, what I think the answer to the thing is, very simply, is that we should just, when I start feeling like a number, what I used to like to do is burn numbers. So I think what we ought to do is light more numbers on fire. Then there would be less numbers and more happy people. So as I play this song, I'm going to light up a number. And, just for the cause, I figure we remove them. We remove them one at a time. And sooner or later, if everybody, burned 2-3 numbers a day, pretty soon there wouldn't be any left. Anyway, this is KMET Los Angeles. I think that's right.
Kiss her, let us get
Ross.
And this is Chong.
And this is Cheech.
And this is Chong.
And we're Cheech and Chong and Chong. And we listen to KMET. The Mighty Men.
KMET. It's 6:31. 6:31.
I'll make love to you in all good places, under black mountains, in open spaces, by deep brown rivers that slither darkly through farm arches, where the blue hair raises. Come with me to the winged isle, northern part of this western child, where the dance of ages is playing still, through farm arches of Baker's wilds. I'll make love to you in narrow side streets with shuttered windows and crumbling chimneys. Come with me to the weary town, disco time. is wild.
KMET rocks Southern California. KMET rocks Southern California.
30 seconds shy of 6 o'clock at 94.7 KMET, Los Angeles. Hi, Patrick Kelly here over the hump on Hump Day. The weather couldn't be nicer. A slight cooling trend is expected, but things look great for the weekend weather here in Southern California. In the news today, a hot tip from NORML, the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws, Gordon Brownell, on a bill introduced in Washington to end U.S. funding of paraquat spraying in Mexico. Gordon.
Well, Pat, two California congressmen, Congressman Henry Waxman from Los Angeles and George Miller from Contra Costa County, have introduced a bill, a rider in the House of Representatives that's going to be voted on next Tuesday or Wednesday in Washington that is attempts to cut out all American expenditures for the paraquat spraying program from the Foreign Assistance Act. The House of Representatives is going to be voting next week on whether or not to spend $40 million in international narcotics control, and the Waxman-Miller amendment would specifically prohibit any of that money being spent to spray marijuana plants with paraquat or any other poisons. It's going to be the first big congressional vote on whether or not to continue supporting the spraying program in Mexico.
So it appears it's obvious now that, and evident, that some congressional people have heard the pleas from NORML and, of course, members of Operation Scams to stop the funding of this program.
That's right. And I think that the voices of the people of California are going to be even louder in Washington after this Friday when the 275,000 signatures collected by Operation Scams are presented to the White House, and members of Congress know just how many people in California are outraged over the paraquat program. It's going to be tough, though, to cut this spraying program out, and that's part of the reason why NORML is calling for a nationwide tourist boycott of Mexico. We're urging all people who use marijuana or who have friends who use marijuana not to travel or visit to Mexico as long as they're continuing to poison the marijuana fields down there. And we're hoping that we can exert some direct economic pressure on the Mexican government, which right now says they're going to continue spraying paraquat on marijuana for as long as it takes to eliminate marijuana from the face of Mexico.
Gordon Brownell from NORML. By the way, KMET's Ace Young will personally deliver the Scams petitions to Washington this Friday. KMET News Time, 6:02. Elsewhere in this state of ours, more repercussions from Proposition 13. The largest state employee organization today angrily accused Governor Brown of political motives and promised to fight his proposed freeze on salaries as a way of minimizing local layoffs. William Crabe, president of the 85,000-member California State Employees Association, says, "We will not sit back and let it happen without a fight." From Washington, President Carter says Californians cannot expect Congress to pass any special laws to help meet financial strains on the state. Says our nation's chief executive, the effects of Proposition 13 is a message to us all about taxation and government spending. The president also rejected the idea that a nationwide tax revolt is building. KMET News Time, 6:03. In news from Lompoc, U.S. parole officials have rejected H.R. Haldeman's request for immediate release from prison. Gary Aldinger, public information officer at the federal prison in Lompoc, explains Haldeman's reaction when he found out he wasn't getting out.
Once the notice came in, he was notified by his case manager, and there was no specific reaction. He was just... these are normally routine notices. When the parole commission makes a decision, the inmate's called in and apprised of what that parole date is, and that's the essence of it.
Haldeman will be freed on December 20th. In other news, reaction now starting to filter in on the Supreme Court's ruling barring oil firms from running retail gas stations. Frank Agraz from the Exxon Company in Maryland.
The decision upholds a Maryland law that prohibits producers or refiners of petroleum products from operating retail service stations with their own employees. In Exxon's case, the law will affect 46 service stations out of over 600 Exxon stations in Maryland.
This ruling, of course, will definitely change the way oil companies conduct business across the nation. KMET News Time, 6:04, 30 seconds. 2 cars of the year. They were declared unsafe today. And with that story, we have Bernard Gershon.
Consumers Union, a non-profit testing organization, says Chrysler's Dodge Omni and the Plymouth Horizon have failed tests for stability and handling. The two cars, however, won Motor Trend magazine's Car of the Year designation. Spokesman Ira Furman narrated Consumer Reports' handling test film.
Consumer Reports says the inherent instability of the Omni and Horizon was confirmed when swerving around an obstacle. We believe that recovery requires more skill than most non-professional drivers possess.
Consumers Union says it's the first time they rated a car unacceptable, calling the road performance frightening. Chrysler called the test unreasonable and freakish and says there's no driving hazard. Bernard Gershon, New York.
KMET News Time, 6:05. Back here in California, a woman accused of welfare fraud involving almost $240,000 has surrendered to Los Angeles County authorities. It's believed to be the largest welfare fraud case in U.S. history. 33-year-old Barbara Jean Williams was arraigned today in municipal court at Compton. And finally, friends, as you know, the move is afoot here in Hollywood to renovate the Hollywood sign, actually the Hollyweed sign. And now, guess who's gotten into the act to help put the sign back together? Well, Alice Cooper, welcome to my nightmare. The Hollywood sign is a rubble. A nightmare.
Yes.
And now,
just like my lifestyle.
So
but I'm cleaning my lifestyle, and I want to clean the sign up. It should be Hollywood, not Hollyweed.
I think it should be Hollyweed.
But you have to remember one thing. People from KMET are all very sick people. And you should be taking treatments. You're sick people. It should be Hollywood. I'm a traditionalist. I did vote for Nixon. I was a Republican, everything. I'm very traditional, and it should be Hollywood, and I will not settle for Hollyweed.
So now look you went to the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce on your own accord, right?
Yeah.
You told them that you were going to change your name to Alice, I don't know if it's Cooper.
Cooper, that's not bad.
Well, that's cool too. And
be a new series
to help renovate the sign.
Yep.
Now, what's it going to cost just for one letter to renovate the sign?
$27,000. We figured about $27,000, which is a lot of money because the whole sign in 1929 when it was built cost $27,000. But now it's per letter. That's what it costs.
So now you're going to go on tour, and you are going to have so much money, from each concert appearance across the country, to buy at least one letter, right? So much money?
Yeah, we're trying to get... what it is it gives the kids in the places we're playing a chance to actually contribute to Hollywood history, I think. And everybody, I still stand on the thing that everybody in America owes Hollywood $1, at least.
So look how about this? Now, KMET, we've got a lot of listeners, and maybe we could raise a few bucks, but I still think the sign should read Hollyweed. Just for a couple of weeks.
Why don't you change KMET to KWEED?
Because that's against the law. And probably it's already being used, you know what I mean?
It probably is.
But, you're in close with those people at the Chamber of Commerce. Maybe you could swing that for us. Come on, Alice.
I'm sorry, but I'm a traditionalist. You guys are going to have to fight me tooth and nail. It's Hollywood or nothing.
Well, we're going to try to help. Now, where would people send donations to help renovate the sign? If it's going to read Hollywood,
Well, you guys are good losers. I think that's great. But they should send it to the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, Hollywood sign, bring care of just the city council, I guess.
Okay, now listen, if you happen to get a donation for the Hollyweed sign, would you accept that?
Boy, this guy it's just insufferable. Yes, we would accept it in the spirit that they misspelled it and probably was trying to say Hollywood.
All right, it was a real treat talking to you.
Hi, this is Alice Cooper. I just want you to know that KMET rocks Southern California.
Thank you very much, Alice. Geez Louise. Upcoming on the Mighty Met. Southern California weather, and then more hit music with Jack Snyder sitting in for the burner, Mary Turner.
Riding and a gliding, no hurry, no worry, I'm a-getting on the road again. And you better believe I'll be riding on a Honda, it's a honey and a real good friend. Well, I'm glad that I got it, and I knew it when I bought it, and it just keeps rolling along. Highway, back way, anyway you get away, your Honda's going strong. Going strong now, moving right along. When you're on a Honda, you're really going strong. Really going strong.
Honda's got the 750 class down to a science. The CB750K offers great looks to match its performance. And the CB750A with its Honda-matic transmission brings new ease to superbike touring. They're both at your Honda motorcycle dealers. And he's in the Yellow Pages.
Going strong now, moving right along. When you're on a Honda, you're really going strong. Really going strong. Really going strong.
Super Southern California weather. Sunny tomorrow and Friday. Cooler days, slightly cooler. The high Thursday near 80, Friday upper 70s. Overnight low in the low 60s. Right now at the Civic Center, downtown Los Angeles 78, LA Airport 71, Long Beach, Orange County 75, the Valley, Simi and Thousand Oaks 84, San Diego 74, and currently at Metro Media Square here in Hollywood 75 degrees right here in Hollywood. Patrick Kelly, more news at 6 a.m. with Ace Young as KMET informs Southern California. And now KMET rocks Southern California. For the burner, Mary Turner, here is Jack Snyder. Ow! Ow!
KMET Los Angeles.
Spend my days with a woman unkind, smoke my stuff and drink all my wine. Made up my mind, make a new start. Going to California with an aching in my heart. Someone told me there's a girl out there with love in her eyes and flowers in her hair. Took my chances on a big jet plane. Never let them tell you that we're all the same. Oh, the sea was red and the sky was gray. I wondered how tomorrow could ever follow today. The mountains and the canyons started to tremble and shake. The children of the sun begin to wake. Watch out. It seems that the wrath of the gods got a punch on the nose and it's starting to flow. I think I might be sinking. Throw me a line if I reach it in time. Meet you up there and the path runs straight. Find a queen without a king. They say she plays guitar and cries and sings. La la la. Ride a white mare in the footsteps of dawn, trying to find a woman who's never, never, never been born. Standing on the hill in the mountain of dreams, telling myself it's not as hard as it seems.
Now at all Jeans West, brand new finest quality bell-bottom blue jeans at the unbelievable price of just $4. That's $4 for low-rise bell-bottom blue jeans at all Jeans West. Do your thing. Go Jeans West today. Now open in Van Nuys and other Jeans West at 7114 Van Nuys Boulevard.
We have one master computer and one operator that measures the customer. There's quite a bit of training involved in measuring. You have to measure just the right spots, the right areas to establish a certain standard. So the person is being measured by this operator. All of the information, the measurements, which 23 different features are measured, are fed to the computer, at which time the customer is issued a beautiful portfolio, personalized with all the information, the characteristics, all the recommendations that are made, telling her exactly the length of her hair should be, how much of the ear should be exposed with the forehead, how much of it should be shown, whether it should be shown, directions of parts, the volume, whether it should be on the above the ear, below the ears. It gives her a complete, thorough information setup.
Okay, now what about mustache? You know, I have a big mustache here now. Do you think that is out of character for my face or what?
Not at all. Very, very becoming. You have a rather narrow bottom part of the face. The face tends to be a little bit on the long side because it is thin. The mustache breaks it up beautifully. It's a very becoming thing to you.
Well, thank you very much, Jacques. Computerized hairstyling. I mean, geez Louise. What will they think of next? Right around the corner on KMET, Southern California Surf and Weather, and then more of that great hit music with B. Mitchell Reed. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we check the Southern California surf. Got me?
Good afternoon. I'm Gabriel Wisdom with the World Porpoise Society. In San Diego, the surf is 1 to 3 feet and lots of fun at the beaches.
This is Sunset Surfboards in Encinitas, and today we have clear skies and 1 to 3 foot bumpy beach surf.
This is Steve Pesman with Surfer Magazine in South Orange County, where the surf is currently 3 to 5 feet, separated peaky west swell, Fairly grassy at high tide in the evening. Other than that, it's just average.
Good afternoon. This is RC for RC Surfboards in Huntington Beach. And a beautiful sunny skies. We have a 1 to 3 foot southwesterly swell of fair shape. Water is 64. Air is 70. Calm down and shake and bake.
Afternoon. This is the broadcast from the surf report for Newport Beach. Hey, it's turned out to be a really great day right now in Newport. The sun's blazing. We got a little bit in the way of swell, but the conditions are kind of bumpy.
This is Mark at the Unity Jacobs Surf Shop in Hermosa Beach. Today we're under bright sunny skies again. It's a great day for the beach. And as for the waves, it's 1 to 2 foot and looking fun.
This is the Riddler at Malibu. The waves today are about 2 feet, maybe some 3-footers on the outside, coming from the southwest direction. There's no wind at the present time, and there's some fun little tube shooters.
Good afternoon, everybody. Louis Rangoon here at the Line Shack at world's famous County Line Beach. Today, there's a south swell coming in at 2 to 3 feet, some 4-foot sets, and unfortunately, it's a little bit blown out, but it is sunny and hot.
Hello there. Today in Santa Barbara under sunny skies, we have the west swell running anywhere 1 to 2 feet with little wind. Not really that good for the waves. Go down to the beach.
Ow! Southern California weather, late night, mid-morning, low clouds. Otherwise sunny this afternoon and Friday. Cooler this afternoon. The high about 76 degrees. Overnight low near 60. Right now at the Civic Center, downtown Los Angeles, 78. LA Airport checks in, 74. Long Beach, Orange County, 68 degrees. The Valley, Simi and Thousand Oaks, 78. San Diego checks in at 72. And currently at Metro Media Square here in Hollywood, whoa, 80 degrees. And at 12:10 in 15 seconds, this is Patrick Kelly. More news at 5 as KMET informs Southern California. And now, KMET rocks Southern California with more great hit music. And B. Mitchell Reed.
Thank you, Pat. I wouldn't have to go to a hair specialist if I were you. There's an answer to your problem. It's not the mustache. It's not the hair. It's the head. The whole thing that's got to go. Give me a haul. See you later. Okay.
Aerosmith returns with a night of ultra hot, high-energy rock and roll. Wednesday, July 12th at the Long Beach Arena, Aerosmith. Tickets go on sale this Saturday, June 17th at the Arena box office and all the usual places. Don't miss an electrifying night with Aerosmith, Wednesday, July 12th at the Long Beach Arena. Produced by Wolf and Rissmiller Concerts.
But in her place will be the Jolly. He really is a jolly guy. Mr. Jack Snyder here at 6 o'clock tonight, following Pat Kelly in the 6 o'clock news on KMET. But Tacos loves this, and so do I, by Fleetwood Mac.
The message in your eyes, you want love to stay another night. Baby, when your day goes down, I won't be waiting around for you. I ain't waiting. I ain't waiting. I ain't waiting. Oh, I ain't waiting. I ain't waiting.
KMET.
and in my dreams, Lord, I miss you, child. I've been waiting in the hall, been waiting on your call. Your phone rings, it's just a friend of mine to see. Hey, what's the matter, man? We're gonna come around at 12 with some Puerto Rican girls. It's just to meet you. We're gonna bring a case of wine. Hey, let's go mess some fool around, you know, like we used to. Hey, we're gonna do club midtown, you know, we're gonna mess some fool around. Hey, man, what's with you? Yeah, you've been strung out for too long, you know. Girls will come and go, that's just like street cars. I said I've been standing too long. You know, sometimes I feel abandoned. Woo, I've been walking Central Park, singing after dark. People think I'm crazy. Stuffing on my feet, shuffling to the street, asking people, what's the matter with you, boy? Sometimes I want to say to myself, sometimes I say,
Along, a disco version of a thing that a lot of people like a lot. Out of the brand new Rolling Stones affair. I want to get back into the Rolling Stones if I can, out of the Some Girls LP a little later on. I just played that 8.5-minute cut here for you called Miss You here on KMET Los Angeles. And if I get a chance to, I will play School's Out by Alice Cooper, because obviously school is out.
Is a place to be for the music on your radio.
Leaves are falling all around. Time I was on my way. Thanks to you, I'm much obliged. Such a pleasant stay. But now it's time for me to go. The autumn moonlight's my way. But now I smell the rain, and with it pain, and it's heading my way. Sometimes I grow so tired, but I know I've got one thing I got to do. I ramble on. And now the time is now. Sing my song. I'm going round the world. I gotta find my girl on my way. I've been this way 10 years till the day. Ramble on. I find the queen of all my dreams. Got no time for spreading room. The time has come to be gone. And though our health we drank 1,000 times, it's time to ramble on.
a tale that can't be told. My freedom I hold dear. How years ago, in days of old, when magic filled the air, just in the darkest depths of Mordor, I met a girl so fair. But Gollum, the evil one, crept up and slipped away with her, yeah. Ain't nothing I can do now. I guess I'll keep on rambling. I'm gonna see myself. I gotta find my baby. I'm gonna ramble on, sing my song, gonna work my way around the world, ramble on, yeah. Do my baby, on baby. Do. I guess I do.
.459, 94.7, KMET Los Angeles. Patrick Kelly here on a payday celebration Thursday at the Mighty Met. Today also marks the day that KMET's Ace Young travels to Washington, D.C. to deliver the scams petitions to Lee Dogeloff's office. Ace will see Mr. Dogeloff tomorrow, and we should have some reports from him directly from our nation's capital. The news comes to you from the people who believe in fun motoring, your Southern California British Leyland dealers. June 15th, 1978 is an important day here in Los Angeles. The reason? Today's the day they wrap it up at the L.A. County Museum of Art. That's where they're displaying the King Tut exhibit. KMET News spoke with Dr. A. Sorek to get his impression of the exhibition here in the Los Angeles area.
I think the exhibit here in Los Angeles is by far the best run until now. And what this museum has done to make of this exhibit a success is just beyond imagination. And this museum is really wonderful and should be supported by all means.
How many people do you think saw the treasures of King Tut, let's say in the last 2-month period here in Los Angeles?
Well, all in all, perhaps that might amount up to 1.25 million.
That's a lot of people. Now, you're an expert on treasures and things like that. Do you have a favorite thing out of this whole exhibition?
When you have 3-4 children, it's really very difficult to see who is the dearest to you.
So it's pretty tough. What about the people themselves? What are the feelings? Are you getting any feedback from the people that have seen these treasures?
Perhaps I can pray back on the museum and its efforts, which gave opportunity to everybody to enter the museum very quiet and prepared to meet with these objects. And so everybody was quiet, they enjoyed it, and the number of questions I was asked every day was just fantastic and very initiating.
Where does it go from here, the King Tut exhibit?
It will be going up to Seattle, and then New York, then back to San Francisco.
Perhaps the Tut treasures will again be displayed here in the Los Angeles area. KMET News Time, 5:02. In other news from Los Angeles, the DA's office does not file charges against George Shamshak. With the story, Gary Froseth. Recurring objections from residents. The Los Angeles City Council has given the Occidental Petroleum Company the go-ahead to drill for oil at the base of the Pacific Palisades. The only thing that could save the residents opposed to the drilling would be a veto by Mayor Tom Bradley. That's Southern California weather, then more of that great hit music with BC. Southern California weather, well, late night through mid-morning cloudiness. Otherwise, going to be beautiful again tomorrow. The overnight low should dip near 60. Currently at the Civic Center, downtown Los Angeles, 76. LA Airport checks in at 72. Long Beach, Orange County, 70. The Valley, Simi, and Thousand Oaks, 73. San Diego, 73. And currently at Metro Media Square here in Hollywood, 76 degrees. The news been brought to you by your 44 local British Leyland dealers who say driving a bargain can be fun. Test drive an MG Midget today. Patrick Kelly here, more news at 6 with an interview with Miss Nude USA hopefuls as KMET informs Southern California. Now, KMET rocks Southern California with Bob Coburn.
What will you do when you get lonely? Nobody's waiting.
94.7 KMET. Tweedledee.
Right now, one of the LPs you'll see is Little Feats, Waiting for Columbus, for just $5.69.
Time was a hero, but only time will tell if it's real. Oh, Atlanta, oh, Atlanta. I said, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Waiting for Columbus is a live double record set that has all their best boogie rock. Little Feats Waiting for Columbus on Warner Brothers Records. Now just $5.69. The tape's $6.99 at Licorice Pizza. And if you're a collector or just searching for one of those hard-to-find LPs, let us order it for you, fast and free. And when you're in, let's spend some time talking and listening to Little Feat's new one. We're right nearby.
Jack will have some music for us after Pat Kelly's newscast and follow Santana's tune. Play this to somebody I just met.
Something about you, baby, keep me from going to somebody else. Yeah, no, baby, put me in a daze all the time. Look what you got for me, baby, like the devil in disguise. Something about you, baby, you're one of a kind. Thunder, babe, I can't keep the rain from coming down. Look out now, no getting out from under. I don't want you, even if I can. Something about you, baby, make me feel like a man. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks very much.
6 o'clock, Patrick Kelly here with the late-breaking news and headlines of the day. On this, the Champagne Celebration Thursday at the Mighty Met. And as I speak to you now, Ace Young is somewhere in Washington, D.C. Ace, you are back in Washington. How are things looking, partner?
Yeah, Patrick, I just landed. It's 9 o'clock here, and it's getting dark, and I realize it's 6 o'clock back in Southern California. And as soon as you get off the plane here at Dulles, you notice the differences. You have to put in 20 cents into the telephone instead of 10, and the operators answer with a Southern accent. It's Continental Telephone of Virginia. Shortly, I'll be going into Washington, D.C., and as you know, tomorrow morning, my first stop is Metro Media KMET News Headquarters, where I pick up our 270,000 petitions. Then I'll go to Normal Headquarters and with Keith Stroop, who's president of Normal. And our first stop is the White House, and we'll stop by to the Drug Task Force office, Mr. Lee Dogoloff, and we'll deliver the petitions. I'm so excited, Kelly.
Well, what do you think Lee's going to have to say when he sees you, Ace?
Well, you know, we've had Lee on the radio numerous times before, and with the almost, over a quarter and almost a third of a million petitioners from Southern California signatures, I think he'll be impressed indeed. Already Normal has called it the single most significant action that has ever happened in terms of decriminalization or stopping the paraquat spraying program. So, like I say, it's indeed our pleasure to be back here delivering these petitions. And then, of course, we'll go to Senator Hayakawa's office, and then some members of the California delegation, and than more interviews with the normal people. Should be interesting. I just arrived here, and I'm excited.
Well, Ace, geez, we're excited, of course, here at KMET for you, and I'm sure all the people that participated in the Scams petition drive. They are excited. We're looking forward to hearing from you tomorrow throughout the day to find out how your day in Washington went.
All right. Had a nice flight, and I think what I'll do now is head into Washington and have a nice night's sleep. And last time I was here, I was but a kid. I was 18 years old, and California had a 21-year-old drinking age, and it's 18 here. And I told my parents I was cruising the museums when, in fact, I was going to bars. But now I'm a little older, not much, mind you, but a little older, and I'll check out the Washington nightlife, but still get to bed early because tomorrow's a big day, not only for me, but for the thousands of Southern Californians who participated in this incredibly successful Scams program, and I'm just happy to see it go to fruition at this point.
Well, Ace, we'll be looking forward to talking with you tomorrow, and have a good stay in the big, what is it, the Big Dome, Washington, D.C.?
Big Dome, the big peanut plantation.
Ow, Ace Young, live and direct from Washington, D.C., where tomorrow, friends, he will deliver the Scams petitions. KMET, covering the stories that concern our Southern California listeners, where it is now 6:03. Meanwhile, here in Los Angeles, today is the last day, did you know, of the King Tut exhibition at the Los Angeles County Museum of Art. We spoke with Polly Rose, Director of Publicity for the Tut exhibit. Her overall reaction to the public's appreciation of the treasure.
And then it goes back across the country to San Francisco, to the DeYoung Museum, from June 1st to September 30th, 1979, for those of you who didn't see it here.
So listen now, you probably see it every day, right? You walk through the treasures.
I get my Tut fix a couple times a week, yeah.
So did you have a favorite thing? I mean, now you're the person that saw it every day.
Yes. I liked the lion with his tongue hanging out, standing there. Remember
Why?
him? Well, I don't know, I just did.
She wouldn't tell me why. Meanwhile, whilst talking with Miss Rose, we had the opportunity to speak with another fine person to get his reaction from Tut. I'm standing out in front of the museum here where the treasures of Tut are, and I'm speaking with
Officer Bradshaw.
Officer Bradshaw, you're really a nice guy. You're the guy that gave me the parking ticket on my car here.
Yes.
Well, I could tell by the uniform, set off by the spiffy helmet.
What I mean? For sure.
So did you see the treasures of Tut?
I sure did.
Was it exciting?
Fantastic, unbelievable.
What was the most exciting part of the exhibit for you?
The dagger and the death mask.
Okay, that sounds really exciting. Now listen, what about my parking ticket?
You see that flag waving up in the air?
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
Well, to be quite honest with you, officer, I like the flag. I mean, it's great. But as for the ticket... KMET. In other news that concerns our Southern California listeners, here in Los Angeles, despite recurring objection from residents, the Los Angeles City Council has given Occidental Petroleum the go-ahead to drill for oil at the base of the Pacific Palisades. A possible veto by the mayor, Tom Bradley, would send the controversy back to the council. And finally, as you know, each year around this time, they have the Miss Nude USA pageant. And guess what? I'm speaking with...
Trish.
Hi, Trish. Trish what?
Trisha Hitt.
And what's your name?
Rosalie.
Rosalie. So you guys, or actually ladies, are involved in the Miss Nude USA pageant, and you will be contestants.
Yes.
Isn't that exciting?
Very.
Now, how does one get into the nude beauty pageant?
Just...
Do you have to come as you are?
Or as you were.
Uh-huh.
You just enter. You have to join the association for nude sunbathers, and there's a registration fee.
A registration fee. So have you ever participated in one of these before?
No, I haven't.
What about you?
No.
So this is going to be like a first time for you guys, huh? So this is going to be pretty exciting. Now, this is going to be at the Treehouse Fun Ranch. Now, what are some of the festivities that will be going on during the Miss Nude USA pageant of 1978?
There'll be nude skydiving in the buff.
All right.
There'll be some entertainment, and it'll be a very nice party.
So this is going to be really exciting then. Of course, people can attend the Miss Nude USA pageant, and that's coming up when?
On the 22nd and 23rd of July.
All right. And again, people want to know how to get there. All they have to do is call KMET, I suppose, and we can give them all the dope on it. You know what I mean? Well, Trish, one final question. It doesn't bother you to be nude in here with me while we do this interview, does it?
No, I prefer it.
Okay. So that's the story on the Nude USA pageant. KMET News Time, 6:08. Upcoming on the Mighty Bet Southern California weather. Then more of that great hit music with Jack Snyder. Sunny Friday and Saturday. Little change in temperatures. The high Friday and Saturday in the upper 70s. The overnight low near 60. Right now at the Civic Center, downtown Los Angeles, 76 degrees. L.A. Airport checks in at 70. Long Beach, Orange County, 72. The Valley, Simi, and Thousand Oaks, 81. San Diego checks in at 72. And currently, Metro Media Square here in Hollywood, 75 degrees. Patrick Kelly here. Be back tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. We'll have more reports direct from Washington, D.C. with Ace Young as KMET informs Southern California. And now, KMET rocks Southern California. More of that great hit music with Jack Snyder.
You only earn what we gave you. sorry, honey, if I don't change the pace. I can't last another day. And love like bleeding in my hand. Oh, I can't bear to think how to do with another man. I was playing rock and roll and you were just all fine. My guitar through the road and starts to fly. Love like bleeding in my hand. I wonder if those changes have left a scar on you. Like all those burning hoops of fire you and I passed through. You're a bluebird on a telegraph line. I hope you're happy now. Well, if the wind of change coming down your way, girl, you make it back somehow. And love like bleeding in my hand. Oh, I can't bear to think how to do with another man. I was playing rock and roll and you were just all fine. My guitar through the road and starts to fire. Love like bleeding in my hand.
seconds shy of 6 a.m. 94.7 KMET Los Angeles. Good morning. Patrick Kelly here for Ace Young, who on this day in history, well, he is in Washington, D.C. to deliver the scams petitions. We are going to speak with Ace, but first, on this day in history. Today's highlight in history: on this day in 1963, the first woman space traveler was sent up into space by the Soviet Union. Abraham Lincoln said in a speech in Springfield, Illinois, that a house divided against itself cannot stand. In 1897, the Alaska Gold Rush began with news of a rich strike on the Bonanza Creek. 5 years ago, Soviet Communist Party chief Leonid Brezhnev arrived in the United States to begin an unofficial 9-day visit. 1 year ago, the Supreme Soviet in Moscow elected Leonid Brezhnev as president of the Soviet Union. And the thought for the day: the future destiny of the child is always the work of the mother. And do you know who said that? Napoleon Bonaparte, from 1769 to 1821. I mean, that's what happened on this day in history, Friday, June 6th, whenever it happened. All right, this day in history is now history, and with us on the line, we have none other than Ace Young. Ace!
Hey, how are you doing, bro?
Feeling good, like it's, 6:01 here in Los Angeles. Now, I know you're in Washington. What time is it?
Well, I think it's 9 o'clock, bro. 9:01.
9:01.
You know, it's a treat. I'm talking to you from my penthouse suite high atop the Sheridan Park Hotel here. And getting ready in a few minutes to go down to normal offices at 23 and M Street, 23rd and M Street, to meet Keith Stroop, who's the president of Normal. Happens to be a good friend of mine also. Then we head over to the White House, bro.
You're going to see Lee.
Your brother Lee Dogoloff, who is assistant director of the White House Drug Task Force. And we got some petitions for him, as you know.
Well, I know, and that really sounds like the hot tip. Now, does Lee know you're coming?
Lee knows we're coming. We've had an appointment. I don't know if he knows we're coming with 270,000 signatures and petitions and letters or not, But he's expecting something, and he probably knows there are a few surprises up our sleeve, because we've talked to him before on the radio, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think maybe you could give us a buzz from Lee's office?
Of course, bro. We'll try to have Lee on the other line, too. I got a problem, though, Bask.
What's that?
I don't know how to tie a tie.
Well, you know how you do it. I mean, I could probably tell you right now if you want to get the tie.
You just kind of loop it over?
You loop it over. Yeah, actually, if you don't know how to tie it, I think that the latest thing now is you just you staple it to your chest.
Wrap it around your neck a few times. Right?
That's the one.
So listen, it's a nice day in Washington. The weather people say a high in the mid-80s and kind of humid, which is kind of usual. Summertime on the East Coast.
Uh-huh.
But I'm excited. We're going to party today. The whole thing is a heavy number because there's so many people in Southern California involved. And we're going to drive this thing home at the White House, at Normal headquarters, and we're going by to the California delegation. People like Mr. Waxman, people, Mr. Miller, who have been so involved in the scams thing, and trying to get marijuana decriminalized back here in Washington. So we're going all around doing all of these numbers, so to speak, with all of these people, and just driving it home to the folks in Southern California.
And I'll tell you, man, those folks are from Santa Barbara to San Diego, and of course, all the fine members of Scams. They've got to be really excited about what you're doing. And that brings up an interesting point. I understand next week now there will be a vote to see if they will stop the funding. And Mr. Waxman was one of the people that authored that measure.
Absolutely. It looks like it indeed. In fact, the thing we got to point out here is that things are happening on so many fronts. Tickets, petitions and letters and loads, constitutional tests. I'm sorry, I'm just listening to the radio. Our sister station here, WASH, and the Rolling Stones were here in town last night. They were interviewing folks out in front there. I missed the concert, Bask. I'm sorry. My mind wandered there a little bit,
Yeah, I understand. But, what do you expect? That jet lag, L.A. to Washington, D.C. I mean, geez Louise, Ace.
So anyway, we got petition letters, we got constitutional tests. There's politicking going on, and sooner or later it's going to happen, I think.
Well, we just hope so. And listen, I'll tell you what, we want to hear from you again today, and I'm sure we will. Yeah. Maybe you can give us a call from Lee's office,
Mr. Dogoloff?
Sure. Do it every chance I get.
Listen, Kelly, it's 6 a.m. and we're loose this morning, but seriously, I just want to let the people know this is very serious business, and we're gonna go for it today.
You got it, partner. So listen, Ace, we're going to talk to you then later on, and good luck in Washington, and listen, try to find out how to tie your tie, man.
Yeah, right. You got a problem. I'll ask the bellboy.
All right now. So we'll talk to you later. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. None other than Ace Young, live and direct from Washington. KMET News Time, 6:05. Earlier today, we mentioned that on this day in history, the Soviet Union launched the first woman into space. Well, the Soviets, they did almost the same thing again yesterday. They sent 2 men into space. In news from Washington, President Carter goes to Panama. Here in the California area, the California Institute of Technology has reported an earthquake about 15 miles northwest of Gorman in the Wheeler Ridge area. The Caltech spokesman said the quake measured 4.0 on the Richter scale. Seismologist Tom Heaton said Wheeler Ridge was the epicenter of the 1952 Kern County earthquake, which measured 7.7, killing a number of people and causing extensive damage. But there were no reports of damage or injury resulting from last night's quake, which occurred at about 9:22. KMET Morning Sports Shorts, Rick Rhoden and Charlie Wolf of the Los Angeles Dodgers hurled a combination shutout for a 3-0 win over the New York Mets last night at Dodger Stadium. And Frank Tanana, he pitched the California Angels to a 5-1 win over the Baltimore Orioles last night in Baltimore as Joe Rudy came out of his slump to drive in 2 runs. Time, my friends, now for the Morning Scholar Quiz. Now, the question is really a simple one, okay? The question is, what is Alice Cooper's real name? Now, you can give me a call at area code 213-520-KMET. Give me the correct answer, and you will win a hit album. Okay, and again, the question is, what is Alice Cooper's real name? We have a winner to this morning's Scholar Quiz, and who do we have on the line with us?
This is Mark Wood, Arcadia.
Hiya, Mark.
How you doing?
Hanging in there. Now, okay, what is Alice's real name?
It's Vincent Fernier.
Fernier.
Right.
That's absolutely right. Now, do you know why he changed his name to Vincent Fernier?
Well, I haven't the faintest idea.
Well, he didn't. That was his name in the first place. But,
Good point. Good point.
Yeah. So listen, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We are going to send you a hit album because you are the winner. Vincent Fernier. That's spelled F-U-R-N-I-E-R, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so I'll tell you what. You hang on the line, and what we'll do is get your name and your address, and we'll send you the hit album and a T-shirt. But first, we'll do that in just a second. Right now, I've got to give you the Southern California weather. It says late night through mid-morning, low clouds, but otherwise sunny today and Saturday, little change in temperature. The high today and tomorrow in about 80 degrees, overnight low near 60. Right now at the Civic Center, downtown Los Angeles, 60. L.A. Airport, 60. Long Beach, Orange County, 55. The Valley, Simi, and Thousand Oaks, 59. San Diego, 65 degrees, partly cloudy. And currently at Metro Media Square here in Hollywood, it is 60. That's 60 degrees.
This is Alice Cooper.
Huh?
KMET rocks Southern California.
All right. Patrick Kelly here. More news at 7 with Morning Surf. Is KMET Inform Southern California? And now, KMET rocks Southern California. Let's welcome in Jeff Gonzer.
Hello, Patrick. How are you
Hi.
this morning?
It just feels so nice.
Oh, it's a wonderful Friday, finally at 6:11.
Ooh.
KMET. We'll be hearing from Ace through the day.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be cool, man.
All right. But don't have them call collect, you know? I mean,
gotcha.
the airplane flight was enough as it is. We all had to chip in. Good morning. KMET.
Wanna tell you about the girl I love. My, she looks so fine. She's the only one that I've been dreaming of. Maybe someday she will be all mine. I wanna tell her that I love her so. I thrill with her every touch. I need to tell her she's the only one I really love. I got a warm, warm ball all day. I got a woman, she won't be true. I got a woman, stay drunk all the time. I said I got a little woman and she won't be true. On Sunday morning when we go down to the sun is sinking low, everybody's with the one they love. I walk the town, keep searching all around, looking for my street corner girl. I got a warm, warm ball all day. I got a warm, she won't be true, no, no. I got a warm, stay drunk all the time. I said I got a little woman and she won't be true. And in the bars where the men will play guitar, sit and drinking and remember the time. My little lover does a midnight shift. She follows around all the time. I guess it's just one thing left for me to do. Gonna pack my bags and move on my way. 'Cause I got a worried mind, sharing what I thought was mine. Gonna leave her with the guitars play. I got a woman, she won't be true, no, no. I got a woman ball all day, yeah, yeah. Now, now. I got a woman, stay drunk all the time. I got a little woman and she won't be true. I said she won't be true, no. Yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, no. Come out, Virginia, don't let me wait. You Catholic girls start much too late. Oh, but sooner or later it comes down to fate. I might as well be the one. Well, they showed you a statue, told you to pray. They built you a temple and locked you away. Oh, but they never told you the price that you pay. The things that you might have done. Only the good die young. That's what I said. Only the good die young. Only the good die young. You might have heard I run with a dangerous crowd. We ain't too pretty, we ain't too proud. We might be laughing a bit too loud. Oh, but that never hurt no one. So come on, Virginia, show me a sign. Send up a signal, I'll throw you the line. Stained glass curtain you're hiding behind never lets in the sun. Darling, only the good die young. Whoa, 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 whoa. I tell you, only the good die young. Only the good die young. You got a nice white dress and a party on your confirmation. You got a brand new soul. Cross or gold. But Virginia, they didn't give you quite enough information. You didn't count on me when you were counting on your rosary. Oh, 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 and they say there's a heaven for those who will wait. And some say it's better, but I say it ain't. I'd rather laugh with the sinners and cry with the saints. The sinners are much more fun. You know that only the good die young. Oh, baby. I tell you, only the good die young. Only the good die young. only the good die young. Tell you, baby, you know only the good die young. Only the good die young. Only the good, only the good die young.
KMET is a place to be for the music on your radio.
Winding your way down on Baker Street, light in your head and dead on your feet. Well, another crazy day. You'll drink the night away and forget about everything. This city desert makes you feel so cold. It's got so many people, but it's got no soul, and it's taken you so long to find out you were wrong when you thought it held everything. You used to think that it was so easy. You used to say that it was so easy, but you're trying now. Another year and then you'd be happy. Just one more year and then you'd be happy, but you're crying now. Way down the street there's a light in his place. He opens the door, he's got that look on his face, and he asks you where you've been. You tell him who you've seen, and you talk about anything. He's got this dream about buying some land. He's gonna give up the booze and the one night stands, and then he'll settle down in some quiet little town and forget about everything. But you know he'll always keep